Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into the fascinating coins. Coin number 1. Have you ever wondered if an ordinary-looking 1982 with P. Jefferson Nickel with a beautiful brown-toned appearance could be hiding an incredible value? Imagine checking an old coin jar, a forgotten drawer, or a family coin collection and discovering a nickel that collectors dream of owning. The 1982 Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While millions of these coins were produced, certain high-grade examples, rare mint errors, and exceptional specimens have captured the attention of collectors worldwide. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1982 with P. Jefferson Nickel, its unique design, minting details, how to identify valuable varieties, and why some collectors are willing to pay astonishing prices for outstanding examples. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and features a portrait of America's third president, Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. On the obverse, you'll find Jefferson's profile along with the words "Liberty, in God we trust," the date 1982, and the small P mint mark, indicating that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse displays Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, surrounded by the inscriptions E pluribus unum, United States of America, Monticello, and 5 cents. The 1982 with P. Jefferson Nickel has a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge. More than 292 million examples were struck at Philadelphia, making it a common circulation coin. But finding one in exceptional condition is much more difficult. Many collectors search for coins with sharp details, original mint luster, attractive natural toning, and especially complete full steps on the Monticello building, which significantly increases collector demand. A naturally brown-toned nickel can be visually appealing, and if the color developed naturally over decades rather than through artificial treatment, it may add collector interest. When examining your 1982 with P. Jefferson Nickel, use a magnifying glass to inspect Jefferson's portrait, the lettering, the date, and the mint mark for doubling or unusual features. Carefully inspect the reverse for strong strike quality, especially the steps of Monticello, since full steps examples are much scarcer and command premium prices in high grades. Also watch for off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, doubled dies, and other mint errors that can dramatically increase value. While ordinary circulated 1982 with P nickels are generally worth only face value or a modest premium, certified mint state examples with exceptional eye appeal, full steps, or significant mint errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Claims of value such as $211,000 should be treated with caution, because they would typically require an extraordinary, unique error or an exceptional auction result, rather than a standard brown 1982 with P nickel. If you believe you have an unusually well-preserved or rare example, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service before selling. Proper grading can confirm authenticity, assign an official condition, and greatly improve buyer confidence. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or just beginning your coin-collecting journey, the 1982 with P. Jefferson Nickel reminds us that every coin has a story, and sometimes an ordinary-looking 5-cent piece can become the highlight of a collection. So before you spend that old nickel, examine it carefully. You might discover a hidden treasure. Coin number 2. Have you ever imagined that an old 1939 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark, showing an attractive red-toned appearance, could become one of the most exciting coins in a collection? The 1939 Jefferson Nickel struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the absence of a mint mark. At first glance, this coin may seem like an ordinary 5-cent piece, but experienced collectors know that 1939 is one of the key years in the Jefferson Nickel series because of its history, important varieties, and strong collector demand. If you've ever searched through old coin jars, inherited a family coin collection, or wondered whether a vintage nickel could be worth a fortune, this video is for you. Stay with us until the end, because we'll discuss the history of the coin, its design, rare varieties, grading, valuable errors, and why some exceptional examples have sold for remarkable prices. The Jefferson Nickel series was introduced in 1938 to replace the famous Buffalo nickel, and the coin was designed by renowned sculptor Felix Schlag. The obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, along with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1939. Since this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, it carries no mint mark, which is completely normal for the issue. On the reverse is Jefferson's historic home, Monticello, accompanied by the inscriptions "E pluribus unum," United States of America, Monticello, and 5 cents. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs exactly 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge. Although millions of these coins entered circulation in 1939, many were heavily used for decades, making well-preserved examples much scarcer today. Collectors especially seek coins with strong original luster, sharp details, and complete full steps visible on the steps of Monticello, as these indicate an exceptionally well-struck coin. Another reason the 1939 Jefferson Nickel is famous is because of its important varieties, including the reverse of 1938 and reverse of 1940 design differences, as well as the well-known doubled Monticello variety. These varieties are highly prized by specialists and can command substantial premiums depending on condition. When examining your 1939 no-mint mark Jefferson Nickel, carefully inspect Jefferson's portrait, the date, the lettering, and the reverse design using a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other mint errors that can dramatically increase collector interest. A naturally developed reddish or coppery tone, sometimes described by collectors as a red condition, may also make the coin visually appealing if the color developed naturally over many decades rather than through artificial treatment. Condition remains one of the most important factors affecting value. Coins graded fine, very fine, extremely fine, about uncirculated and mint state become progressively more valuable, with certified mint state examples, especially those displaying full steps, often bringing significant premiums at auction. While ordinary circulated 1939 Jefferson Nickels generally sell for modest amounts, rare varieties, exceptional preservation, and certified high-grade examples can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Claims that a standard 1,939 Philadelphia Jefferson Nickel is worth $235,000 should be treated cautiously, as such a price would typically require an extraordinarily rare error, a unique pedigree, or an exceptional auction result rather than a typical circulated coin. Before assuming a coin has extraordinary value, it is always wise to have it authenticated and professionally graded by a respected grading service. Professional certification confirms authenticity, identifies important varieties, assigns an official grade, and helps collectors and buyers determine a fair market value. The 1939 Jefferson Nickel represents an important chapter in American numismatic history, combining historical significance with exciting collecting opportunities. Whether you're a beginner searching pocket change or an experienced collector building a complete Jefferson Nickel collection, this early issue deserves a close look. The next time you discover an old nickel in an inherited collection or forgotten coin box, don't overlook it. It could contain an important variety or an exceptionally preserved specimen waiting to be recognized. Coin number 3. The 1940 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark, showing a unique black-toned appearance, could be hiding in your collection with the potential to attract serious collector interest. We're exploring one of the most fascinating early Jefferson Nickels ever produced, the 1940 Jefferson Nickel struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the absence of a mint mark. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 5-cent coin that has circulated for decades, but collectors know that early Jefferson Nickels can become surprisingly valuable depending on their condition, strike quality, eye appeal, and the presence of rare mint errors. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the history of the 1940 Jefferson Nickel, its design, specifications, collectible varieties, grading tips, and the factors that make certain examples highly desirable in the numismatic market. The Jefferson Nickel series was introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, with the design created by renowned sculptor Felix Schlag. The obverse features a detailed portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, along with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1940th. Because this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, it carries no mint mark, which is completely normal for Philadelphia issues of that era. On the reverse is Jefferson's historic home, Monticello, surrounded by the inscriptions E pluribus unum, United States of America, Monticello, and 5 cents. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs exactly 5 grams, has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and features a plain edge. Millions of these nickels were produced in 1940, but most entered everyday circulation, where they experienced years of wear. As a result, finding a sharply struck, well-preserved example with original surfaces has become increasingly difficult. Collectors especially prize coins that display full steps on the steps of Monticello, as these indicate a strong strike from fresh dies and are much scarcer than ordinary examples. If your coin has developed a natural dark or black-toned appearance over many decades, this can create a distinctive look that some collectors appreciate, provided the color is natural and not the result of artificial cleaning or chemical treatment. When examining your 1940 Jefferson nickel, use a magnifying glass to inspect every detail. Look carefully at Jefferson's portrait, the lettering, the date, and both sides of the coin for signs of doubling, die cracks, repunched lettering, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, lamination errors, or other minting mistakes that can significantly increase value. Also examine the reverse to determine whether all the steps of Monticello are clearly visible, as full steps examples are among the most sought-after coins in the Jefferson Nickel series. Another important factor is the coin's overall condition. Coins graded fine, very fine, extremely fine, about uncirculated, and mint state become progressively more desirable, with certified mint state full steps examples often bringing impressive premiums at auction. Original mint luster, sharp details, and attractive eye appeal are all characteristics that collectors look for when purchasing an early Jefferson nickel. Although ordinary circulated 1940 Philadelphia nickels are generally affordable, rare varieties, exceptional preservation, and significant mint errors can dramatically increase collector demand. Some outstanding examples have sold for impressive prices because of their rarity and exceptional quality. However, claims that a standard 1940 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is worth $210,000 should be viewed with caution. Such an extraordinary price would typically require an exceptionally rare mint error, a unique variety, or an elite certified specimen rather than an ordinary circulated coin. If you believe your coin has unusual characteristics or appears to be in outstanding condition, it is highly recommended to have it authenticated and professionally graded by a respected third-party grading service. Professional certification confirms authenticity, identifies important varieties, assigns an official grade, and provides confidence for collectors and potential buyers. The 1940 Jefferson Nickel remains one of the classic early issues in American coin collecting, offering history, beauty, and the possibility of discovering a hidden treasure in an old collection. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or someone who has just started searching through pocket change and inherited coin collections, this historic nickel deserves a careful inspection. You never know when an overlooked 5-cent coin could turn out to be an important collectible. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this in-depth look at the 1940 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next episode covering rare US coins, valuable mint errors, hidden treasures, and amazing coin collecting discoveries that could be worth far more than their face value.